What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Groomer podcast. I'm your host, Alex Martin, and today we're recording on a Friday afternoon. I've got my feet kicked back with a good friend of mine, Amanda. I've known you for a while now. Glad to get you on the pod today. I think we've got some exciting things in store. I did tell you, though, in your intro that I was going to try to pronounce your last name. So bear with me here. We've got Amanda Borge.
Oh, good job.
Is that okay? Was that close enough? She's from Mosa Pet Spa and Resort, guys. If you're familiar with the North Carolina area, she's out there in Cary, near Raleigh. She's got 2 locations, and she is the CEO and founder there. They do, I believe, boarding, daycare, and grooming, obviously. That's why she's here. But today, not only we're going to do a little intro into her background and how she's built out Mosa, but she, guys, has more certifications than I can even pronounce or say. I mean, I'd fill the entire podcast reading through all of her certifications. So today we're going to talk about the path to certifications for business owners and kind of lay out, I guess, the lay of the land for education for groomers. So, Amanda, thanks so much for coming on and agreeing to do this.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
All right, so let's rewind a little bit. As we do with all of our guests, take us back to when we started. What was the year? What was kind of like the reason we got into it? How did it all start?
Well, originally, way back, I started as a bather, worked my way up from different facilities, in like a vet clinic, just bathing exit dogs from their boarding, then switched into actual bathing for a full grooming facility. I had the pleasure of working under Kathy Rose once I found my space, and worked for her for quite a few years. I can't remember off the top of my head, but amazing mentor. Loved every aspect of working with her. Started a family, right? So I have a almost 16-year-old. But so went on maternity leave, and I was grooming at that point. Would go back into the salon and do clients. And in 2008, my husband started Mosa for me as a home-based, house call style grooming facility or service in South Florida as an anniversary gift. And now we're here in North Carolina, our 3rd location. So took a lot of what I learned over the years with, the amazing facilities that I worked at, especially a lot from Kathy with the opportunities that I had with, starting certification life, and built from that on what my ideal was just going to be me kind of shop, working around kids' schedules, right? And then we moved to North Carolina in 2017. Sold South Florida's location. We had built it into a independent contractor style where we would refer out all of our contractors at that point. 2017 bought out their portions of Mosa. Ran it for just before COVID, still from North Carolina, and then everybody just kind of redissolved our hands in it. And focused on North Carolina and started growing that, and expanded now to our newest location in April of 2023, where we are solely, that location does solely is first grooming and our boutique, which features local businesses, small businesses, their retail products. And
Love it.
Here.
Now we're here, right? And how big is the grooming team today?
Our grooming team today, we have 4 full-time groomers. We are lucky enough to add Melanie Chandler, Melanie Ann she'll be coming to us starting next month as part-time. So
Awesome.
So it's an honor and pleasure to have her joining our team. And then we'll see where we go from there.
We'll be at 4.5, and then maybe
4.5
full time, and we'll keep moving up.
Yeah, and then we have the boarding daycare location. They have their full staff, and then we'll see. I don't think we'll do very much. We won't add we'll add many more to the team in our facilities here, but there's always room for growth down the line on, maybe we expand to another location. We'll see what the future holds.
I guess we'll see what the future holds.
Right.
All right. So with that being said, though, now having a little bit of context about you and Mosa, why was getting your business and your groomers up to speed on their certifications and education important to you in the first place as a business owner?
Yeah, as a business owner, knowledge is power, right? So people are coming to us as professionals. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of, there is education for us to have as groomers, but we have to seek it out ourselves, right? So I am one that if I'm jumping in, it's 2 feet. So let's do it all. And because of that, our team is built off of those that want that continual knowledge and expertise, right? So we're professionals. We view ourselves as professionals. Our clients view us as professionals. So education goes in hand with being a professional in that aspect. So anything that I recommend, I have enough knowledge behind me, I hope, or I strive to, right? To be giving the best information that I can to an owner that may not have any background, right? They just have a fluffy little puppy that they want cute, but they don't have the, expertise behind them. That's why they come to us for how do I manage, Fluffy's coat to the best of my ability.
Do you think it helps you with your client or your customer experience and your I don't know, how you guys interact with any customers or clients that might come in through the store?
I think it does help in the aspect of we'll have those professionals with that, skin and coat and the factors that play into why their coats are the way that they are, to explain it to them in a way that doesn't make them feel bad, right? Because we can just frankly be like, he's matted, so we're going to strip him. But let's go deeper to that. How can we communicate that correctly where we're not shaming the client for that, for not knowing possibly, or, just not having the right equipment at home is, it could take, all it takes is bring out the right brush and show them, right? So taking that time, having the verbiage, right? The more professional you sound and, information you give, typically the more credit a client's going to give you in what you say. So I feel it does help us. It helps us stand out in the area too, in the aspect of they know they're getting education from us. And we're big on community. So whatever knowledge we can give you, whether you're a client of ours or, just a neighbor down the street, we're happy to do so.
Okay. I like that. So far we've got, it helps you guys feel more confident in your skills. It helps you guys explain what you're doing and maybe proper coat care in between sessions to your clients. And then on top of that, it helps you guys stand out from your competitors, or let's not even call it competitors, but just from others in the area. I'm curious, as you're talking there, Amanda, do you think you would be able to, or do you think you are able to charge more because you guys have certifications and, licenses to back a lot of this stuff up?
Most definitely. Yes. We have clients that seek us out specifically because of the education that we have. They've gone to others in the area that may not have given the best service, or whatever the factors may be. That's not relevant to once they come in our door, we feel. But because of our education, we're able to give them that experience where we're not just saying something to say something. We're saying it because there's a reasoning behind it. Products that we recommend, treats that we recommend that we carry are all mindful on the whole well-being of the dog, right?
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, there's definitely that trust factor that, all right, hey, you care enough to put in the time to learn about, my dog's skin and coat, and you can communicate that effectively to me, then my trust in you is raised, and I'm willing to pay more for that, right? Okay, so we've kind of covered a bunch of the benefits for why me and my team as a business owner should be educated, and even more so, should have certifications. But what I asked you to do before this, which, I really appreciate you saying that you're going to take on this task here, is give us kind of like a mini class, as if I'm a brand new business owner, what I should know about the certifications that are out there. It seems like there are just, so many, and there's no like standard place for it. And like, I don't know if it's real or not, or it just seems like there's a lot of noise. And so let's try and condense all of that noise from your personal experience here into what certifications a business owner should maybe pay attention to, and maybe recommend or consider having their team attempt. Let's start from ground zero here.
Ground zero. Sure. We can definitely do that. I would say first and foremost, first aid and CPR. Always should have it, whether it's a person in the salon or the entire salon. We personally have our entire salon certified. Everyone is to be, to some capacity, CPR and first aid certified. You never want to be like, what if in a situation, right? Even our receptionists are certified, just because, God forbid, even though they don't handle the dogs, they can step in and help an owner, whether it's on Mosa property or in the neighborhood, right? They're prepared. I would then go to, if kind of basing your certifications on what your goal is, right? Are you wanting more client recognition, or are you wanting more industry? Like, are you wanting to build your name, your brand, your visibility within the industry, or are you wanting to do that just mainly client focused? Regardless, all education should be for yourselves first and foremost, and then secondary be for whatever your goal mindset would be, client or industry, right? If we're going client side, we'll start there, because that's most likely most business owners are thinking bottom dollar, right? B2C.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah. Like, how does this, I want to go after stuff that's going to affect my bottom line. Right.
Exactly. If I'm putting the money out, I want to make sure that what I'm putting it out in is going to be returned to some extent. Yeah. Right. So, first aid, CPR, no brainer. I would then go into like our AKC certs. It's a great newer program that leads into an industry based, right? So AKC, as we all know, recently acquired the NDGAA. So you have kind of that hand in hand. AKC is almost a household name. Anyone that has a dog typically has some understanding of AKC, right? So
yeah,
it's one that it's going to take time. Any certification should take time, right? Should take dedication to some extent,
right?
But it is more obtainable with video certifications as an option. It's great for whether you started a course, in a tech school or things along those lines, or if you're just already a groomer wanting to further that. You get with that, you're going to be doing your AKC safe groomer certification too. So you'll learn like disease, cleanliness, safety factors on handling, which
which are great. So the names of these ones, obviously these are in the AKC family, but you get the AKC safe groomer, and
there's I believe I just finished. So there's 5 like cleanliness based. The AKC Safe has, 5 different bases. It's the disease control, safety, your setup in your salon, that those aspects. You can piece them out. They have
That sounds great, honestly, even for like business owners, right?
It's great to have. So, I mean, and you're certifying your salon, right? They have it where you can certify the entire salon with the AKC Safe, or you could have your staff do it individually. It's up to you on what you want to offer. Price point is reasonable. Like you could do the entire package as like with all your coat courses. There's 4, so each bracket, right? Curly, jacket, drop, and wire. That with the AKC Safe is like $500, which if you think about it long term is beyond worth it. And then, or you can piece it out. Like if you're compensating your staff over time, or maybe they're doing it on their own, or however you work it at home, at your shop. Here all the time at home, but you know what I mean? You'll have that that capability to do what's best for each individual provider with that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at, kind of the pet CPR, which again makes sense for, not only the business owner, but maybe everyone that will be even near a dog. That's just also just kind of like protecting you from any sort of bad days, let's call it, right?
Exactly.
So we have that as a baseline. And then, all right, all of the AKC Safe courses, I think you said there were 5 of them, right?
Yeah, I believe there's 5.
Or 5.
There's 5 portions plus the professional groomer. So there's the AKC Safe, which they break down into individualized courses. Then there's the 4 coat courses, and then your professional groomer certification. So they break it down fairly easily to obtain that, and it's easy access on their website. And the grooming course on the AKC main page.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let's say I'm super ambitious. I get those. I'm locked and loaded. I've got everyone on the CPR. I got everyone's CPR certified. I've got my AKC Safe now hanging right at my reception so everyone can see it.
Yeah.
I've even got a couple of my groomers finishing the AKC Professional Groomer certification. What else should I consider at that point? Do you think I'm all right? Hey, this is maybe like beginner friendly. Like we're kind of done with, the beginner levels of certifications, or is there more to add in there?
I mean, that's a great baseline to start off of. And then honestly, like here, we have our staff that want to specialize in specific areas of the industry, right? So I have one that loves Asian fusion, one that does more natural mindset, so very minimal. She's our silhouette queen, so she loves like that natural tidiness of a dog rather than harsh breed standard styles. So we've done everything from doodle sorts, we've done breed specifics. So there's areas of smaller certs that are more attendee based that are wonderful to have just because of learning angulation, having someone else discuss it with you, things like that, all the way to your IPG and your NEGA. So it's all on, again, where you're wanting to go, as whether it's business and or your individualized groomers, right? Everybody thinks with like our master style stuff that you need to be this amazing competitor and go to all the expos, and that's the only way that you need to be a master. But those are achievable within your salon in a lot of ways. So it's all on again what you're wanting to do with that,
right? And what your groomers are wanting to specialize in, right? Kind of like you said, I mean, having maybe someone there wants to be a senior dog specialist. I'm sure there's like some sort of geriatric certification out there or something like that, right? So I think that's great. Are there some high level, like I know AKC does, like that's AKC Safe certification, the professional groomer certification that we just talked about. Again, I'm here to ask the dumb questions, Amanda. What are the other, like, if I'm a business owner that has no idea about this, what are some of these other things I should search that I can show my groomers of, like, hey, look at the certifications available here, or look at the certifications available here. That could be in some of these specialties, right? Like the teddy bear one, or
Yeah,
the silhouettes.
definitely say make sure we're looking at things that are PGC accredited. That way you're putting your money where it should go, right? Like you're justifying your purchase in a sense, right? We're not just, doing a cert and not necessarily having that industry backing, whether again we're wanting client recognition or industry based. So there's Barkley has, we all know, or we should hopefully most of us know, has great options. Their online courses are wonderful. They're not certifying or certificate based mostly anymore online. They're more in person, but it's still great knowledge, bang for your buck, right? They just had World Groom, and there was some great courses there. I would say Skin and Coat is a good one to have because products make a difference. We all know that. There's thousands of lines of products. So Dr. Faber's Hair and Skin is a great starting point. Then you can even go into the Yves St. Bernard course, which is like a dream course. We haven't done that one yet, but we would love to, because you have to go travel for it.
Oh, okay, so nice.
That's our next one, I would think. But CCE courses, which is that canine esthetician certifications. There's great ones with Positive Ed has great programs with Michelle Knowles and Christina Pearson. They both have great CCE programs. So for that, if you're wanting to focus on skin and coat, those are wonderful because everything starts internally, right? What we deal with external, vets deal with internal, but it all starts under the skin. So it makes a big difference on knowing how to speak with the clients on, why is Bo having these random areas of no hair, right? And, could be vet or medical related, but it also could be, unfortunately damage done. And discussing that and having, kind of the great flashcards you can get with some of these courses on this is why, and this is how we can help fix it, with, different oil add-ons or frothing and products and stuff, and making a difference there.
Makes sense. So lots of options here.
Lots of options.
Tell me this. I mean, you've got a toolbox of your certifications. If you were to give another business owner advice on, like, hey, here are like the top 3 that I think are either, the most enjoyable or the most valuable to like learn, or my favorite to go through, what would those be? And this could be, simple, like week-long online, or like some of those travel ones. I mean, just kind of like a short list of Amanda's favorite 3.
Oh my goodness. Only 3?
I know, I'm putting you on the spot there.
I would have to say, just because I just finished would be my AKC. That was a great course. It was, it brought me back down, right, to the basic knowledge, which over time you tend to forget. I will admit, right. Like just that generalized, like, what do you mean? That was a fun course. It wasn't something that was difficult to work on, in my opinion. So, everyone's different. Learning speed, learning style is different. AKC was very helpful with any questions that you have during it. So that's always great, that interface of communication. Again, because we just finished it, IPG Masters, it took, because you can pace it out and do Zoom testing, it was a great one for me to offer specifically to my employees because I didn't have to pay for them to travel. Let's be honest. Like,
I mean, as a business owner, you look at things like that. Right?
We could like Linda was great with availability for Zoom classes, like Zoom starting.
Awesome.
So that was a good one because we could do it at our own pace. And then we just did kind of like certification nights where we would stay after hours and finish our certs on Zoom, right? Like do the test out, the practicals.
That's honestly a great idea, like a little team building event too, you know?
Yeah, it was nice. And then I did my NDGA master's so many years ago when I worked with Kathy. So at that point in my life, it was a lot of fun because we were at Expos. I did, have that experience of being able to, go under Sue Watson and do hands-on and the practical and things like that. I hope as AKC grows with that, we can make it a little bit more obtainable, which they're working towards. There's so many more certifiers now, so it is more accessible. I prefer, my preference in grooming is more breed standard. Those nice like poodles and the Germans and things like that. That's what I love. I love hand stripping, things like that. So NDGA was so much fun because it's more breed specific. IPG is pet based, right? So it's more of your day to day. So as a business owner, with the world that we're in now, with a lot of our different mixed breeds, that was a great certification for my next step of AKC because it was kind of what you're going to see. You had the flexibility of what you're going to see in the shop, right? Your curly, your drop, your, double coat. So it plays in with that AKC too. So it was fun. And we have some little random ones. I'm going to throw another one in there, but we did with Angie, we did her rabbit course. So we're certified.
Oh, nice.
Rabbits and pocket pets because not everybody has a dog or cat.
Why not? Yeah.
Fun and just
That's
have
awesome.
that knowledge. I mean, we personally own a hedgehog, so like there's pocket pets, right? Like
yeah, no, I love that.
So
okay,
it's just like
very cool.
That's
a unique one. That's a unique one
Yeah.
for sure. Man, that sounds like, again, a lot, but it definitely sounds like it's good to know all of the options that are out there. And it seems like there's not easy, but like a straightforward baseline that any new business or any business without certifications can work towards right now, and then add on options towards specific courses. As we kind of like wrap out this kind of mini course on courses, let's call it, right? I'm curious, Amanda, if you can share, because obviously this is important to you and Mosa Pet Resort. How much do you recommend, or how much, maybe even just from like personal experience, like how much do you think you need to budget money and time towards this per groomer? How do you guys do it right now? Do you have like a budget you can draw down, or do you have like, if any of your groomers want to do one, you're willing to hear them out and pay for it? I mean, how do you recommend you like practicalize this?
So how Mosa does it, and we found works well, is we want all of our providers to be individuals. And as long as the certification is in line with Mosa, like with pet industry and what we stand for, we're more holistic based, things like that. We learn everything, right? Because we need to know the industry in general, but we're open to all courses. I've completed a nutrition course. Two of my others have, because diet plays a part into coat. But so we break it down in the aspect of, once that course, our staff pays for it up front, they bring it to us and they say, hey, I'm interested in this. We look at it, make sure it is a accredited or a cert that is going to hold weight, for a lack of better terms, right? Like it has backing. It's not, just someone down the street decided they're going to have a course or seminar and they're giving out a piece of paper for it. We want it to be meaningful because you're dedicating time and effort to it.
Right.
And, if we're putting money out, if they're putting money out, we want to make sure that it is valid. Right. So
yeah, sure. That makes sense.
Weight in the industry. And then we once they complete the course, we approve it, they complete the course, we pay them back 50% of that because it's their education. It doesn't stay with Mosa, but it benefits us as a business because our groomers are continually wanting to learn more, striving for more, finding their niches, building those niches within us. So as much as it benefits them as an individual, which is key because you're not going to learn anything if you don't want to learn it.
Right. You can't force them to do it, even if it's free.
No,
it's like
not, right. I can't force them. They're not going to retain anything if it's a forced, aspect. So we compensate our groomers 50% of any cert.
Okay.
That we
I like that
to do.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, cool. Well, that's good to learn how you guys do it. And
then we
obviously, again, that's
like a quarterly payout. So if they do it,
okay.
And again, on that completion, then each quarter they get paid on whatever courses were completed. And then we do team courses too. Like we'll do like where we just cover all of it and we go to Expos, or they usually get we usually try to break it down to like one big travel expo and then maybe like another one or two offsite where we go to another salon and they get, that individual, course of like
that's a cool idea.
Blake, or you know what I mean? Like if we're not hosting them here, anything we host on site, our staff goes to for free. And we bring others in. But if we go off site, then, typically we'll cover those. And then we just do like a fun pack in the car and let's go moment.
That's so fun. I want to work for you.
Go on. We love it. It's fun. It's
that is fun.
And it's team building, so it's another avenue of growing that relationship or with each other enough. So why not?
For sure. No, I love that. And I think it creates it aligns incentives between you as a business owner and your groomers. I mean, continued education, like you kind of said, it's like you can't force someone to learn if they don't want to learn. And so just having the avenues that are possible to encourage it and comp half of it and promote a positive culture around it. Sounds like you're doing all the things that you can do. Again, so it makes sense how you guys are able to, all the awards behind you for all of our, YouTube listeners out there.
He makes a difference, right? So our community does a lot of our awards or things like that. They are wonderful and back us in a lot of aspects on top of what we strive for as a business. So we're grateful for them.
No, I love that. I see the our top grooming business award that we give out once a year too. I see last year's out there. We've got our applications open right now, so I better see a Mosa Pet Resort application.
It's in there already. The girls have already submitted
Perfect.
it. So.
Perfect.
We can do another one.
I'm excited. Yeah, we have we got so much last year. We have over double what we received last year this year already, and we're not even. I think the deadlines close in the summer at some point, so it's crazy. But glad to see that you guys got yours in. Amanda, I want to give you a chance to shout out where people can find you and learn more about Mosa Pet Resort.
Sure. So we're on all the socials, I believe, except for I don't think I mess with Twitter or or whatever. But the handle is at Mosa Pet Spa. And that's on Instagram. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And then we have, you can always reach out on our website, mosapetsparesort.com. I'm happy to answer questions there. Email's linked right there. Throw it in the chat and it's me or one of the girls answering. So we're happy to answer any questions. If people have questions on certifications, more than what we went over, always happy to discuss it. I believe we have a group for North Carolina. Kate, one of my groomers here, started a certified groomers group on Facebook. So so she's, we again all love education, so we wanted to keep those like-minded together. So whether you're certified or looking to be certified, it's a group where you can ask those questions and everybody can give you those, direct feedback on what they feel from each cert that they've completed, or, help guide, hopefully, in the right way for a cert if you have a question about it. We're there to help with that.
That's cool. That's a really good idea. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Very cool. Well, guys, I'm looking at Amanda's website right now too. If you guys want to go check it out, it is at mosapetsparesort.com. They've got a great website. You can see what makes Mosa different. And obviously a lot of that is the certifications and professionalism that Amanda, that you showed us today. So thanks so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I'm honored to be here. Can't wait.
And that's our I know, and that's our little mini course on courses and certs.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, guys. And that's the pod.